The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
And I'm Rex Litter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's news.
In this edition, calls continue against legislative changes. US PNG joint operation successful. And 2024 Hiri Hanenamo judging begins. The Medang chapter of the Catholic Professional Society convened yesterday to show their support towards the Society's President, Paul Harricknen, the Bishop, His Eminence, Anton Bal, and the Church's stance on initiatives that the Society has embarked on.
With a handful that gathered, they joined the call for the government not to make amendments to Section 45 of the Constitution to declare PNG a Christian nation. Chairman Patrick Matbob stated that the Constitution was set up by the forefathers, and they made it clear that Papua New Guinea is friend to all irrespective of religion and denominations. Changing it would mean that Papua New Guinea will now be an enemy towards other religions, when in fact the country is in harmony with members of other religions at the moment. The Society says the government's actions are against the Christian values and principles.
As Catholic professionals, the Medang chapter, we stand with our bishops and we are also against this idea of amending the Constitution as it is. We feel that there is nothing wrong with that part of the Constitution. It is not affecting progress. It is not affecting generations. It is not affecting livelihood, people in the country. It is doing virtually nothing to affect the lives of people. So what is the hidden agenda that the government...
Mr. Matbo pointed out that there are other laws that need serious attention, such as the laws on sorcery, land laws and drug laws, among others, which the Department of Justice and Attorney General can seriously look into, instead of focusing on declaring PNG a Christian nation through constitutional amendments.
And to get them to be strengthened in their faith, that the Church actually does not support same-sex marriage and will never bless same-sex marriage.
The bill to amend Section 45 of the Constitution was read in Parliament in the February session and is now ready to be passed when Parliament resumes. Secretary Dr. Eric Kwa, in outlining the reasons, said the need to amend Section 45 arose because of the need to protect PNG and its character as a nation, stating that there are constitutions around the world that declare their country based on their beliefs, and PNG is no different. Susan Oreape, TV1 News.
The PNG government and partners in the Pyongyang gas project, ExxonMobil, Santos and JX Nippon, have signed the Pyongyang LNG project Fiscal Stability Agreement, marking a significant milestone for this project. This agreement follows the Pyongyang LNG project gas agreement signed in 2022, which positioned the project as a potential third LNG export venture for PNG. Prime Minister James Marape hailed the agreement, emphasizing its role in fostering economic growth and extending the development window for major LNG projects. The project set to commence post the Papua LNG project aims to construct new upstream facilities in Western Province. With an estimated gas reserves of 4.36 trillion cubic feet, the project underscores PNG's commitment to strategic partnerships and economic prosperity. The U.S. Coast Guard cutter Harriet Lane made its triumphant return to Port Moresby today following a highly successful joint operation with two Papua New Guinea maritime security officials. This collaboration facilitated under the Counter-Illicit Transnational Maritime Activity Operations Agreement, commonly known as the Shipwright Agreement, bolstered Papua New Guinea's ability to safeguard its sovereignty and enforce maritime laws within its exclusive economic zone, employing U.S. Coast Guard assets. The operation, which marked the third combined U.S.-PNG patrol under the Shipwright Agreement, saw PNG officials aboard the Harriet Lane directing boarding actions and enforcement measures against vessels found to be in violation of maritime regulations. The maritime security officials were Jeremy Nelson from PNG Customs Travelling Office and Baden Hillary, Fisher Compliance Enforcer. Both men spent 2 weeks on board the Harriet Lane under the Shipwright Agreement. This agreement, signed in May 2023 and enacted in August of the same year, empowers PNG maritime law enforcement officials to ride aboard U.S. Coast Guard cutters, extending their jurisdiction to enforce PNG law within its waters. U.S. Coast Guard Commander Nicole Tesoniero emphasized the importance of the Shipwright Agreement, which combats illegal activities such as drug trafficking, illegal fishing, and migrant smuggling. The agreement fosters collaboration between the United States and PNG within a defined legal framework.
And we are on our inaugural patrol in support of the Pacific Area's Operation Blue Pacific. So our stop in Port Moresby is one of many stops throughout this patrol, which will last close to 3 months in duration. And our primary focus of this patrol has been working with our partners throughout the region. And those partnerships are both at sea and also through in-port engagements where we have an opportunity to conduct community relations, key leader engagements, and then also subject matter expert exchanges.
Commander Tesoniero, a distinguished graduate of the United States Coast Guard Academy with extensive experience in maritime operations and strategic studies, underscored the broader goals of the U.S. Coast Guard in fostering security and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. She emphasized the humanitarian ethos at the core of the U.S. Coast Guard's mission and highlighted the importance of international partnerships in combating transnational criminal organizations and other security threats.
We're really looking to come in and kind of take that total picture look at where the U.S. Coast Guard has a role in the Pacific Islands, Oceania in particular, and then gain better understanding of what the needs are of our partners. So
the successful conclusion of this joint operation reaffirms the commitment of both nations to promoting maritime security and upholding the rule of law in the Indo-Pacific region, aligning with the objectives outlined in the Declaration on U.S.-Pacific Partnership at the White House. Meantime, following the inauguration patrol of the Pacific Area's Blue Pacific, Commander of the Coast Guard cutter Harriet Lane, Nicole Tesoniero, provided insights in their operations during their patrols. The Harriet Lane, a 270-foot medium endurance cutter based out of Honolulu, played a crucial role in conducting boardings of fishing vessels within Papua New Guinea's EEZ. Commander Tesoniero emphasized the importance of ensuring that vessels fishing within the EEZ are doing so lawfully and in compliance with regulations. During the patrol, 5 boardings were conducted with the ship riders. The number of boardings was limited due to availability. They patrolled 250 miles from Port Moresby but faced limitations to how far they could go.
We have an understanding of where they're fishing, how long they're fishing for. So it was a great opportunity to get exposure to what is taking place and then also making sure that it's being done so lawfully. We have identified some discrepancies, but when we do that, again, it is through the authority of the flag state that is conducting the boarding. So similar if it was PNG ship riders and a violation is uncovered, it is taken care of through PNG themselves. So that identification of the violation and then the processing of any paperwork that goes along with it takes place under the flag state's authority. So PNG will have the final say in was there a violation that occurred, and then if so, what action will they recommend to the flag state of the vessel found in violation.
The Department of Personnel Management says due process was followed in the appointment of Deborah Sungi as Acting Managing Director for Climate Change and Development Authority, or CCDA. DPM Secretary Taya Sansan, in a statement today, said the process towards the appointment of the Acting Managing Director commenced according to relevant provisions to the CCDA Act for the convening of an appointments committee which deliberated on the candidates before it. Sansan says the assessment was based on the resumes and criteria relating to educational qualifications, relevant work experience, good governance, good administration capabilities, performance assessment, gender, age, and other information at hand put before the appointments committee. TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good trade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, 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 move, move, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever, streaming now on Outdoor.
From grassroots to the world stage.
You know that you're representing something bigger than yourself. They are now leading the way for the next generation.
Whatever you're into.
Being the first weightlifter in the Solomon Islands and inspiring the next generation to join in.
There's only one place to get your sporting fix.
Yeah, how are you feeling so far?
What a blessing it has been for these nations.
You've got a whole village or culture behind you. That's impressive.
That Pacific Sports Show.
Welcome back. Lack of infrastructure acts as barriers to healthcare delivery in the remote areas of PNG. Mission Aviation Fellowship, in partnership with the New Zealand Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, has helped overcome some of these challenges in the Telefomin district and other areas in the country.
In the rugged terrains of Telefomin district, community health worker Ephraim Urunok works here at the rural hospital and explains his experience working here.
Kal or road or wara kalablong moto na igo nogat street nogat. So mi bless use him MF tason osem only route or only transport do mi blalong make him over the display work in Telefomin district. Life blongan is tablong risky. Istalo 50-50 where all know at narapla access long help him all yet. So MF one by only transport where mi bless use him long save him life long or remote place in long peoples.
It has been 2 years since the start of the partnership between MAF and New Zealand Aid. With their funding support, MAF was able to transport about 1,300 health professionals, providing almost 500 flights to bring help, hope, and healing to places where healthcare is otherwise barely existent. Urunok spoke about the partnership which enabled his team of health workers travel to Fiak village in West Sepik province recently.
Fiak has been closed for 6 to 7 years, extremely close. So all aspects long have, only looking at service long have and hard long also, all work hard through long, cleaning like a strip na balus and put down, na mi blago down. Na mi blago talking more of good blago you blago him like a strip by service by coming side.
A local from Duranmin village in Sandown province, Tom Dayus, was grateful for the partnership.
I think the program is very, very important for the remote, very remote places like Duranmin, and also other parts in Telefomin, the remote parts in Telefomin.
He also emphasized the comprehensive impact of the program, acknowledging not only the immunization of children, but also the treatment of various diseases. Jasmine Irojak, TVWAN News.
New Island police have reported 2 gruesome killings at Sikakui village in West Coast New Island. It was reported that at 9 a.m. on Thursday, March 7th, a multiple murder suspect from Lavongai, armed with a spear and bush knife, approached a house belonging to Jerry Stephen and his wife Marilyn. The suspect, identified as Tien Toi Liu, allegedly killed Jerry in cold blood. The reason behind his act is yet to be determined. Locals at the Sikakui oil palm plantation formed a group, pursued the suspect and killed him when he tried to fight back with the mob. Police recovered 2 bodies when they arrived at the scene. A group of 20 officers from the Royal PNG Constabulary and the Public Prosecutor Office have gained vital skills in investigating online financial crime following a 2-week course on financial crime investigation. The training was organized by the Police Training Division and the Australian Federal Police. This training will help the participants in their future policing endeavors by improving their investigative abilities.
The participants are police officers from the NCD Criminal Investigation Division, Bomana Police College, National and Provincial Fraud Officers, and the Public Prosecutor's Office. The 2-week training, according to the trainers, taught the participants crimes that were connected to scams that resulted in fraudulent activities. The majority of online crimes that are regularly committed these days involve money. This includes the use of appropriate tools to investigate scams and identify scammers. Participants were grateful for the opportunity, something new added to their investigative skills, and said they are now better placed to investigate online scams. Course Coordinator Sergeant Adrian Holt expressed his satisfaction with the participation and level of interest in the subject matter. Sergeant Holt is optimistic that the participating officers will make some solid arrests to secure good convictions after the training. The training came to its conclusion at the Grand Papua Hotel in Port Moresby on Friday, 15 March. Mary Silla Kelleton, TV1 News.
The issue of police housing is faced by officers nationwide. New Ireland Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Albert Belly said houses in their 7 barracks were built in colonial times and are in great need of renovation. Currently, Kavieng and Namatanai have 2 police barracks each, while Lakurumau, Konos and Taskul have 1 each. Superintendent Belly said to effectively address law and order in the province, they would need 40 more houses to cater for the police officers that would be coming into New Ireland. Furthermore, PPC Belly said the married quarters would need to be prioritized. The province currently has 84 police officers serving an estimated population of over 212,000 people. The ratio is 1:2,523. Today, the picturesque Tutu Beach retreat in Tarama served as the stage for the judging of the 2024 Hirihane Namo, a celebration steeped in the rich traditional cultures and heritage of the Motu and Koitabu people, commemorating the historic Hiri trade expedition. 10 contestants, each meticulously preparing their responses to questions selected on February 28th during their announcement for the contest, took center stage after 3 weeks of intense preparation. Leading the panel of judges was Udo Vai, whose discernment and guidance were lauded by 2023 Hiri Queen Kim Josh Damuri on behalf of the Motu Koitabu Assembly and Hirimole Organizing Committee. Acknowledgement was extended to the sponsors of the Hirimole Festival, whose support ensured the success and realization of this significant cultural event. Amidst the judging, contestants showcased their dedication and passion, earning commendations for their performances. In a special interview segment, 3 contestants shared their reflections on the journey.
My preparations were well done, and for the questions I was really nervous, but then I just put myself out there and did my best, that I can say. Well, the support was really good. The love and support everyone showed me was really good, and I'm really grateful for the support that everyone, my village, family and friends have showed me. This is like a really good experience and exposure for me to take back and be proud of how I performed, and most of all owned it up there and had fun.
So despite being sick the past few days, I prepared myself well for today's first judging. So receiving all the support from my family and my friends, it means so much to me, and that pushed me forward to come in for today. I thought I wouldn't do it, but anyways, it was great. I believe I did well, and I am looking forward to the last 2 judging events that are yet to come.
Kirakira contestant Mabata Paul candidly shared the internal struggle with confidence during the judging, emphasizing the importance of maintaining cultural integrity while acknowledging the diversity among participants.
For today's judging, honestly speaking, I prepared, but then I lost my guard, my confidence. Swaying from the center up, it was nice. I did enjoy the moment, but facing the judges just made more pressure on me. But that's just the first day. The second day, third day, we'll keep pushing on. The attires that I'm wearing today, I would say thank you to my dad, Noka. Dad, thank you so much. These are the revers. The attires that I'm wearing today, he handmade it within days.
As the competition progresses, anticipation mounts for the forthcoming judging events, promising displays of talent, culture and camaraderie. And now to the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2656 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2581 US dollars, $0.3906 Australian dollars, $0.2298 euro, and 38.15 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold and cocoa closed higher, coffee, palm oil, and crude oil closed lower, and copra and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. When we return, we bring you stories making headlines overseas. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Attention rice lovers! We are giving away 300,000 kina worth of scaled school money. 1,000 kina could be yours. With 300 winners and 4 fortnightly draws, your chances are higher than ever. Buy any 1 kg to 20 kg scale or ori rice, cut out the grown for PNG stamp, put it in an envelope with your name, contact details, and drop it in an entry box at selected outlets. Promotion ends March 29, 2024. Hurry and win big with scale and ori rice. Follow us on social media for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. Streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back. Turning overseas, 20,000 people are expected to be granted refugee status in Australia this year, and many will be highly skilled. But finding work in their chosen profession may be a struggle. Advocates say the current process of recognizing overseas qualifications isn't working and can leave refugees and asylum seekers without meaningful work.
From my clinic in Syria. Only this one I have from my clinic.
These are Akram Odisha's most treasured possessions and a painful reminder of the life he left behind.
Very, very sad. I feel very sad because I worked for this for many years.
The GP ran a clinic in northeastern Syria for more than 2 decades, until the arrival of ISIS forced his family to seek refuge in Australia. But the 62-year-old can't practice here and is employed as a part-time NDIS support worker while he works towards local medical accreditation, a process which could take years.
It's difficult for me because I worked for many years as a doctor.
It's not a new problem, highly skilled refugees working in menial jobs, but advocates say there's been very little progress on the issue.
We've all heard the stories of the brain surgeons driving taxis, and we actually see that quite a lot. So yeah, it is a serious problem.
Yemeni refugee Mohammed Hassan arrived in Australia with international qualifications in civil engineering, but was initially rejected by employers who wanted local experience.
I've been trying for almost 6 months to find any engineering job, but I couldn't.
Mohammed eventually won a place in a Victorian government engineering cadetship program for refugees.
There was a whole group of talent out there. They had the skills, they had the abilities, they wanted to work, and we just needed to create that bridge to get them into the jobs.
Advocates want more industry-specific programs targeting highly skilled refugees and asylum seekers who are already here. They say current processes can be complex, time-consuming and expensive, with an element of gatekeeping by some industry bodies.
When you have an industry that's regulating entry into that and there's no oversight of what that entry requirements look like, you can come up with all sorts of reasons to keep people out.
The federal government did not respond to the ABC's questions about how accreditation processes can be improved.
Rival Japanese car makers Honda and Nissan have announced they will work together to develop electric vehicle technology and auto intelligence, two sectors where Japan's automakers have fallen behind. The partnership could help the two manufacturers develop economies of scale in producing EVs as automakers face heavy competition from firms such as Elon Musk's Tesla and Chinese manufacturer BYD. The announcement by the two arch-rival firms has been described by experts as an attempt to catch up with EV competitors, particularly from China after years of Japanese car companies focusing on hybrid vehicles. Rental properties with poor cooling options need to be overhauled, according to a new report. Research tracking temperatures inside the homes of more than 100 renters shows many tenants suffered damage to their physical and mental health this summer, Australia's third hottest on record.
Sam's fan followed him everywhere in his house during summer.
Literally, even if I'm in the bathroom, like shaving my face or something like that, I'm going to have the fan there.
The 25-year-old is one of 109 renters across Australia who tracked their home's temperature over summer for research. Results show it often got above the World Health Organisation's recommended range of 18 to 24 degrees.
On average across Australia, the median temperature is just under 25 degrees Celsius, so people are spending about 50% of the time above that. And that's really not a place you want to be spending much time at all. And then even worse, people are spending about 2 hours a day above 30 degrees Celsius.
And taking drastic measures to keep themselves cool.
The best solution we have is just to drench ourselves and then stand like a wet fish in front of our pedestal fan and just like pray that somehow the wind is going to cool us off just for those 5 minutes.
Cara and her partner Matt's life has been compressed to their living room, which does have an aircon.
I have an office room upstairs that I can't use because it just stores all the heat and the ceiling fan just doesn't cut it.
Being forced to use the AC every day is taking its toll.
We don't really have the funding to just keep blasting the air conditioner. And that combined with thinking about climate change and the climate anxiety, when it's constantly in your face every day, it's really draining.
Advocates are calling for minimum energy performance standards for rentals to be introduced on a national level.
You can require things like ceiling insulation, so renters aren't cooking from above, and cooling appliances. They have ways, affordable ways to cool their homes down once they get hot. The existing rental housing stock is barely coping with the summers that we're currently having.
A wish list before things get worse.
Bendigo Bank is delaying its plans to leave Nauru following the state-owned Bank of China signaling its interest in moving to the Pacific nation. Bendigo, which is Nauru's only bank, announced last year it would quit the country by December 2024. But the announcement stirred anxiety in Nauru, with businesses, households and government agencies alike fearing they would soon be starved of essential financial services. Officials in Canberra have been working hard to find another Australian bank to step in and replace Bendigo. That effort intensified last week when a large delegation from the Bank of China visited the Pacific Island country to discuss potential solutions to address Nauru's banking issues. A man who stabbed his partner 9 times in a park in Darwin's northern suburbs has been found guilty of murder in Darwin's Supreme Court today. Warren Damarangi pled not guilty to murder, arguing to defense of diminished responsibility.
4 years after this dramatic arrest in Darwin's northern suburbs,
what's your name, mate?
The man being placed in handcuffs, Warren Damarangi today found guilty of murder. Following an almost 2-week trial, the jury took less than 2 hours to hand down its unanimous verdict, agreeing with what Crown Prosecutor Lloyd Babb described as a calculated and premeditated attack and a textbook example of domestic violence. Damarangi tracked down his partner and stabbed her 9 times with a knife in a park on the morning of December 1, 2020, a week after she ended the relationship because of continued domestic violence. Damarangi pleaded not guilty to murder, but guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter, claiming the defence of diminished responsibility. His lawyer, Philip Bolton, telling the court in closing arguments last Friday that Damarangi wasn't violent, saying he was born with a very significant cognitive impairment and he was a kid in an adult's body who had trouble regulating his emotions. Rejecting Damarangi had a significant impairment, prosecutors argued he understood what he was doing. He disposed of the knife, he changed his shirt, and he actively evaded police detection for over an hour. That conduct is completely consistent with the accused attempting to get away with a pre-planned stabbing. Damarangi is facing a minimum mandatory jail term of 20 years. Lawyers will reconvene next Monday to deliver sentencing submissions.
And that ends the news segment. Rex will join you with the sports news after these short messages.
For tasty and a delicious meal choice for your enjoyment, Prima is the name you can trust. For guaranteed meal satisfaction during special occasions or that daily meal, Prima is the name you can trust. Yes, it is. Safe to eat, quality assured, and undoubtedly satisfying. Available at your nearest wholesales or supermarket stores. Prima always tastes great.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Buy more, win more one-time roots rice. We have money mark below 300,000 kina. No can miss out. Buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice. Cut them round in big roots logo on top long front long bag rice. Na write the name, na naman long your long backside long name. Drop him inside long entry box long store. Week 1 draw, 1 winner by 500 kina. Week 2 draw, 1,000 kina. Week 3 draw, 2,000 kina. Na long week 4 draw, 5,000 kina. Second Roots Rice Facebook page long kissing more talk 7. Terms and conditions is stop.
He's not just some observer. He's an assassin.
I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
You go rogue, he's been authorized to hunt you down and kill you.
That's the job.
Which way, Benji? Turn left! Go, 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 go! What are you waiting for? I'm jumping out a window!
Mission Impossible Fallout.
The martial arts have been practiced for centuries. Forged out of an ancient Asian world of mayhem and intimidation. But in fact, they're all about self-defense, discipline, and honor. This is XMA, the world of extreme martial arts.
Watch Extreme Martial Arts, only on Fight Sports.
Welcome back. Chief Executive Officer of Cricket PNG, Richard Dawn, says PNG Lewis' participation in the one-day international and T20 international matches is an opportunity for them to climb up the world ranking of the T20 international. PNG Lewis head coach David Drew said although his side has not been playing a lot of one-day international and T20 international matches, this tour is worth giving a shot at climbing up the world ranking. Present at the PNG Lewis squad announcement for the one-day international and T20 international tour to Zimbabwe and United Arab Emirates yesterday, Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dawn encouraged the Lewis to do well at their tour if they are to climb up the world ranking. While congratulating the team for their selection, Dawn said PNG is ranked 11th on the world ranking in T20 international cricket. Their result at the end of the tour could see them moving up the rank.
Really exciting opportunity. It'll put us on the rankings table. So pretty soon you'll see PNG where we sit. As you already know, we're 11th in the world in T20 cricket. So we look forward to doing the same in one-day cricket. So if that goes really well, who knows, we might be 10th or 9th by the time we come back, which would be...
The PNG Lewis head coach David Drew said he has confidence in the team he has assembled. He said the team is made up of committed individuals who are willing to land and compete. Drew, in acknowledging Dan's comment, said the team hopes to put a strong performance in the tour, which will enable them to move up the rank.
Yeah, always want to go up the rankings. That's always a bonus.
Vice captain of the PNG Lewis, Sibona Dreamy, said after claiming the Pacific Cup title early this year in New Zealand, the team had gone into 6 weeks training and preparation. The girls are ready to show their skills and talents in the tour.
I think all of us are prepared very well for the last 6 weeks. I think after we came back from New Zealand, so I think all of us our teamwork and effort were all good. So I think we are well prepared to go for the tournament.
PRK Gulf ISO pre-season program is winding down with only 3 weeks out from the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup opener on April 14th. While it's back to the drawing board for returning head coach Roger Laka, so much has happened behind the scenes with a big off-season talent identification program that covered the main districts of Gulf Province and the Mosby suburbs from November to December 2023.
With the club's new strategy and different approach to how it can invest in developing new talents and provide them with the right training environment, facility and expertise where they can learn and develop new skills and techniques at an early age and bring them to the next level. With the final squad about to be announced in the coming days, Coach Roger Laka is excited about the enthusiasm and commitment he's seen from the squad over the past 2 months, especially some of the exciting new talents on board. Laka, with a strong support staff around him, is big on developing the new generation of players with Gulf heritage as a building block for the club moving forward. While the club still retains some percentage of his experience from last year, Laka believes they are building a strong foundation that can sustain the club in years to come.
We've let go of all our senior players from last year and we're focusing on our young boys. Not only that, just making sure that they're around a group of good, senior players with the right attitude, and we'll also implement our culture going forward so that we don't spoil this young group of boys. So making sure that we teach them the right qualities of being a good footballer, not only for now but later in their careers also. So
Laka said from their last trial match against the Baris, they have been working through efforts areas that are very crucial in real game situations, and now looking ahead to their final trial match against the Hunters Academy side on Sunday at NFS Oval 2 before they finalize their 30-man squad.
We're looking at fielding another side, our feeder side, inside the Mosby South competition. So hopefully if that comes through, then we'll have a good supply of players coming up, so that's something still in the pipeline yet to be sorted. So, but otherwise, just a 30-man squad and 5 development players. So we'll have them finalized by next week before the March 29 deadline for player registrations. We have three weeks remaining, so we're in talks with the Hunters B team, so we're looking at playing with them on Sunday. So that's the venue and time is yet to be confirmed with the management. So so just one last sit out before we finalize our 30-man squad.
ISO will meet Mount Hagen Eagles in the opening round of the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season on the 14th of April in Port Moresby. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The top 16 senior men's teams in the 8th edition of the 2024 JT Super 9s Challenge will proceed with the much-anticipated quarterfinals this weekend at the Mosby South Stadium. The playoffs are scheduled for Saturday, March 23rd, including the semi-finals, to set the stage for the 2 Ultimate Cup Grand Finalists on Sunday, March 24th, including the Women and Under-20 Boys Grand Finals.
While the unpredictable weather situation in the nation's capital continues to be a challenge with multiple delays, some progress have been made by the organizers of this year's edition of the annual JT Super 9s tournament, with the finals set for this weekend in all divisions: senior men, open women and under-20 boys. Saturday will see the 16 teams go into the elimination quarterfinals, with the remaining 8 teams to proceed to Cup qualifier to determine the 2 grand finalists for this year on Sunday. JT9's tournament director Bagalo Solian said, though it's been quite frustrating to see the finals being delayed by a week due to unfavorable weather, they're expecting the playoffs to proceed on Saturday, culminating in the grand final on Sunday.
The weather's played a really big part in the delays. You look forward to the weekends, and then you come Thursday, Friday, and then it rains all weekend. So obviously that's taken a number one reason why we've delayed our tournament. We have our semi-finals on Saturday. I think the top 16, the quarter, semis all on Saturday, and Sunday all the finals run for all divisions, under 20 senior women's and senior men's.
Sorian said despite the disruptions, the games had progressed well in their respective divisions, which started with the under-20 in early March, followed by the senior man and open women over the past week.
When you think you've seen it all, there's always something happens. Now, we're okay. There's no issues this year. I think the only one that's troubled us a bit is the under-20s division. We've got a lot of kids who are overage playing in the under-20 division, and we'd really like to see that as a development program more than a competition. It's not about winning and losing, it's about exposing some young talent and getting them to play this format of football. Yeah.
He added the 2023 JT9's Cup defending champions Border Storm are looking strong to make a big statement again this year of their new challengers who are ready to give them a good run with major cash prizes at stake.
Border Storms defending the title. They're in the top 16, but they come up against a really good side in Nauru who have been, I think, the under 20 champs for the last 2 years, but most of the boys have made the transition to the top grade. They're playing some really good footy. They've gone 3 undefeated in the round game, so interesting to see how they go this weekend. We've also got Fino Lamas. They're always in the mix. You know, the top 16 teams, they're always in the mix. So the Lamas, the Sub-City Raiders have come really good this season again. They've been to a couple of finals. Actually, they lost to Border Storms last year. So I think they'll be trying to make amends this year. So yeah, those are probably the 4 teams that we've got that have been setting the pace in the tournament. Yeah.
For the finals this weekend, there is zero tolerance on any misconduct on and off the field, with players, team officials or supporters, and anyone involved will be handed severe penalties. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Special Olympics Papua New Guinea for the first time hosted a call to volunteers training for new youths. The idea was to pair up a youth without a disability with a youth with disability and do the volunteer training session together on how to be volunteers in any SO-PNG activities. This training was the first of its kind initiative for Special Olympics Papua New Guinea. Special Olympics PNG invited new youths with and without intellectual disabilities under the Youth Activation Program through social media towards the end of 2023. The aim of the program is to pair up a new youth without a disability with a youth with a disability. The Team Up and Volunteer for Special Olympics programs conducted during the year. The pair will attend 4 training sessions before volunteering at any Special Olympic PNG program activities. 9 youths with intellectual disability and 9 youths without a disability participated in the first session at the University of Papua New Guinea over the weekend. Sessions topics like Introduction to Special Olympics Program, what it means to volunteer with athletes with intellectual disability and what is expected of the volunteers, as well as other aspects of volunteering. Special Olympics PNG expressed its gratitude to Special Olympics Asia Pacific, the University of Papua New Guinea, parents, guardians, families and teachers from Cheshire Disability Service and Cullen Inclusive Education Resource Center for making this training possible. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports. That's all we have in sports. Carol.
Thank you, Rex. And now to the weather forecast for the main centers for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby and Kerema partly cloudy with few showers possible. Momase, Lae partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, some showers with areas of and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral seas moderate to rough with west to northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots. Solomon seas smooth to slight with northwest to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Nauru to Kiwai Island, to Kerema to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. And that's another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.